Alright, so as I was saying, so this Manti Te'o catfish shit, it doesn't make sense to be constantly criticizing. Granted, the NFL Combine is over, but I hated seeing that on the news every day. It's about a chick he never met, who he talked to on a regular basis.
Right.
He was deceived by, but it's not as though he did anything criminal. He just got made to look like a fool of publicly.
Right.
And okay, so he lied about a fake girlfriend.
Right.
How many girls lie about a fake boyfriend?
All the time.
All the time.
But
Hey,
but to the extent though, like she was
no, it was
someone that he's putting his hand up in the air referencing. You know, wasn't it someone that he was? You know,
Well,
she had passed on and all.
Well,
this
was
kind
it
of
that?
hospital.
Well, was it that she didn't come back into the picture till after he won the Heisman? Wasn't he still in the season when he was told she was dead? So so this was somebody that he cared about, you know, emotionally anyway,
Right.
mentally, who, you know, when she was gone, he was like, he don't care about you. And I mean, granted, I've lost a lot of people in my life. I put a finger up in the air. I could be saying, hey, this to my aunt, to my grandmother, to my cousins, to my whoever, you know, and it could be just, thanks, Lord, for looking out for number one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's,
Right.
like, who's to really say at each time that he was thinking about her, that each time he did that? It's not like he's Carol Burnett pulling on his earlobe thinking about his grandmother, you know? So, I just thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just thought that was ridiculous. I mean,
It's funny when we gravitate to, you know, I think census, you know, the minute, I can't even say his name right. What's his name again?
Manti Te'o?
Yeah. You had him going on. Then you have this new phenomenon with the Catfish show. You know, so it's
Right.
all coming together. So now your senses are alert. You know,
Well, I
and all
think-
this.
I
So
think-
it's a big thing in the media.
I don't even get the whole catfish terminology, but the show, so the guy did this thing and he decided to videotape himself doing it
Yeah.
to go meet some girl, and then he just started videotaping other people who really should remain anonymous on the internet, striking up these conversations and going to see people.
Right.
Now, I recall being younger, you know, high school, you know, in a chat room with a
chat room.
exactly
AOL.
back in the gap.
Wow.
Chat rooms with a fake name. Hey, male, 17 in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Looking to talk, have a conversation with her. Now, and if we had a decent conversation, good rapport, we take it to a private chat room, leave it at that.
You brought me way back with this.
Yes, leave it at that. Now,
This one has left the room.
I remember that. You know, like,
Oh, that's crazy.
you know, now you're not even allowed to have a fake name online. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have your real name for Facebook.
Yeah.
Gotta have it.
But
You
the
know?
thing is, I have the issue with the fact of you representing someone. Okay, yeah. So sometimes we do falsify certain things. Yeah. Oh, I'm muscular build, athletic style. What
Yeah, but that was
athlete you
like
talking
4
about?
years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But the fact
Sumo?
that you use it, right? Which athlete we talking about? But the fact that someone using, I know you was never on a profile using someone else's picture.
Yeah.
You flexing on somebody else's. You
Yeah,
know.
like that.
What's that about?
Photoshop is an incredible thing.
And then they'll have on Catfish. I don't even know if you got into the whole logistics of the show.
Instagramming it.
Where they're making fake profiles on Facebook. Who has that kind of time? They building friends.
Don't know.
I watched an episode where this chick built friends and was having a conversation with herself as this other person, so that the person she was talking to would believe the whole scenario. All her friends were fictitious. Just fake.
That's a deep-seated problem right there.
Yeah,
in my
it's more
opinion.
than that.
Like, I mean, is the need for attention that big?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at what point is it even validated? You know, where are we qualifying these people that we choose to talk to? At what makes you even want to have a conversation with somebody?
Right.
You know, like for me, it doesn't even have to be similar views. You could have opposing views.
Right.
As long as you can articulate it.
Right.
I'm willing to listen.
Yeah.
Just don't tell me something is what it is just because you
I
say it
said
is.
so. Like, who are you? What is that?
Like movies. Like, for example, I can't talk movies with a lot of people because they're very limited in the kind of movies that they watch.
I'm one of them.
That's fine.
Right.
But is it that you choose to not watch these kinds of movies, or you just weren't exposed to those kinds of movies?
I think maybe not exposed to them, and just some of them I don't even like. Like, I hate sci-fi movies.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
I just can't get drawn into it. And maybe
It's
just
too beyond. It doesn't seem practical.
maybe that's what it is. I haven't even thought about it even that far, but maybe that's what it is, that it just doesn't. I just can't get into it.
Okay. And you know what? It depends on, like, okay, for example, I'll watch sci-fi movies, like big production sci-fi movies. So I'll go see.
What's a good example?
Well, when you say sci-fi, that kind of brings in the whole fantasy thing.
Yeah.
So those genres are kind of mixed together.
Yeah.
So, for example, a sci-fi fantasy movie, an example of that would be Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I couldn't watch it.
Okay. The Matrix.
See, I like The Matrix.
Okay, because it was an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like The Matrix.
The new Will Smith movie coming out, After Earth. I'm probably gonna go watch it.
Okay.
You know, so different things like that. The straight to cable, you know, kind of C-list, D-list sci-fi movies, or, you know, Earthquake 11.5. Like, I'm not watching that. It's too campy. I mean,
Right.
it's too cheesy. Like, oh no, the da-da-da-da-da. You know, it's granted, everybody's got to work. Not knocking it.
Let them get their hustle on.
Yeah, let them get their dollars. You know,
Yeah.
but it's just not gonna be something I'm gonna tune into.
Right.
But when I'm talking about like limited exposure, I'm talking about like I know people who they've only watched black movies.
Right.
That's all they watch.
Right.
Like, they don't know about any other kind of comedies outside of movies like Soul Plane,
Right.
which
Think like a man.
yeah, Think Like a Man,
Right.
which I liked.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it only scratched the surface of what was in the book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I liked the movie as it was, you know, for comedic outplay, but, you know, but overall, the whole Think Like a Man thing, I thought it was horrible that these women felt the need to be so calculating in order to get their desire. I mean, it really is manipulative.
You know, people like that though.
Everybody's like that.
Like a chess game. Okay, you did this.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's like, okay,
that.
they did this, so I'm gonna do this now.
But it's crazy that they had to go to such depths. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really sat, schemed, earmarked. Is that it forced the brothers to read the book just to even compete, on the same level.
But is that a bad thing though? Because when you really think about it, like anything that you want to be good at, you're educating yourself on it. So if you want to be good at the game of love, or not even call it a game, but if you want to master love, wouldn't you want to educate yourself on it?
Yes, it's true.
To be
And
strategic.
truth be told, okay, yes, it's very true. But okay, so this is what I was gonna say. Here's the breakdown. Here's not the breakdown, but here's what made that whole little movie work with each of the relationships in it. Each of the women were scheming, right, to get their desired results.
Right.
And they each had a breakdown with the guy that they were with when they learned that the guy was also reading the same book. But it was only because they were competing on the same level for the same goals that they were able to respect each other at the end of it as equals. Because if the woman had gotten her way and he just took the bait and followed along with the thing, she would have never really respected him. Oh, this is beautiful shit right here.
Yeah.
This is nice. We are seeing a river right now. I don't know what river we're crossing,
And
but this is very
it's
picturesque.
mountainous.
Very bluish brownish. You know what I'm saying? We are in the Northeast. Very bluish brownish. But you know, but it's only because that they were able to respect each other as equals, that they were playing the same game. Like, you can't be playing checkers with somebody playing chess.
You got pawns, but they got
Like reds and blacks on it. You know what I'm saying? You doing L shapes and diagonals, and they like, king me. No, that ain't working.
Right.
That is not working. You know, so because they both got to playing chess, and it's like, okay, you trying to work this, I'm trying to work this. I guess we really want to be together. Yes. It's not that it took them leaving for the guy to realize that I wanted you. I wanted you to begin with. That's why I was doing all this work to get you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but, you know, it just depends on what the end result is, you know. For some, it's, I want to have somebody in my life. For others, I want that ring. For others, I want that stability. And for some people, honestly, I want that right now.
I want that right now.
You know, and if that's what it is, then that's what it is.
Be upfront if you want right now. Be upfront if you want anything.
You know what?
I think you should be honest.
Honesty and upfront are two totally different things.
I might want the right now. And you act as if you want...
Most people, yeah, but let me tell you, like I said, honesty and upfront, two totally different things because they imply two totally different timings.
Man, tell me more about that.
All right. So, upfront is at that moment. At that moment. Honest is I'm honestly pursuing this end result. It's a process. Mm-hmm. Not everybody can handle the upfront. Not everybody needs to be upfront. Sometimes you have to propose it, validate it, and allow for that result to be agreed upon. Because, for example, say in a relationship, you know, a woman might be down to fuck you when she meets you.
Right.
Or a guy, whatever your preference, you know, since we're videotaping. Right. But a woman might be down to fuck you, but she's waiting to be okay with that decision.
That's the validation.
That's the validation. That's the agreement.
Mm-hmm. Or the confirmation.
That's the confirmation.
Right.
You decide, because she's already had it in her mind whether or not she can even see herself going there with you.
Right. Do you think that happens at the first setting of meeting you? That
I'm not gonna say it takes. I'm not gonna say that in the first 15 seconds.
That it has,
but it is definitely in the first initial meetings with each other. Okay. Like she's decided whether or not she's attracted to you, whether she wants to, you know, she can see herself laying down, or just be comfortably in your presence, but not really want to do anything with you.
Right.
And that happens to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Now, if she's decided she wants to be with you, all you basically much got to do is wait for her to be okay with that decision and not say anything that's going to take her off from that decision. Because we say dumb shit all the time. All the time. This is going to happen. That's why, you know, that's why guys don't talk. And she be like, oh, you listen so well. Like, she's not going to say shit to fuck this up. Because that's the only way it's going to get messed up if I say something. Right. So let me not say nothing. But that's where guys also mess up. They don't say anything. And so when they do start saying something, and the girl's looking at them like, where the hell is this coming from? What are you talking about? I've always been this way. Right. You just never knew because I never said nothing.
Never said anything.
Now, I'm not trying. Now, the dude wasn't deceiving the girl. Mm-hmm. He wanted her. He just didn't have to be upfront about it. Worse yet, she assumed that's what he wanted anyway.
Assumptions.
It happens all the time. I assume things and believe them. I assume I'm the shit. I believe me.
And you should. I mean, you should believe you.
I believe me.
Believe you.
I believe me.
Yeah, you should. There are some assumptions that you should be, that you should kind of
just take on the arches.
Yeah, believe in. Like, I'm affirmed in this assumption. You know, this is me.
Yep.
This is this. Yep. You know, but there are some assumptions that really can leave you kind of out there, you know.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like you're naked in the woods. Like, I'm just out here vulnerable. You know, you just have a vulnerability.
Well, you know what happens a lot of times with assumptions. Assumptions close people off to hearing what they need to hear. If you already assume something in your head about someone, and they could be telling you something completely different, you sometimes, not all the time, but you run the risk of closing yourself off to effectively hearing that person and understanding what they're trying to communicate to you. Right. And then so when things don't go in accordance with your assumptions, you're getting mad. You feel like, where did this come from? You feel like you're caught off guard when this has been stated probably in more than one way over and over.